Hey guys, so today we're going to be taking hairstyles from history and bringing it to 2019.
Okay, so, Lord, we starting off rough, but basically I'm just gonna talk to you guys about what I'm doing while you can see everything on screen, and then I'm gonna ask you some questions, or I guess give you facts about the different people in history and see if you can guess by the time I'm done my style. Oh, by the way, this scarf is from Cece's Closet. She's great. She's amazing. And I'll make sure to put it in the description below. Really good quality and great prices. And this is not sponsored. I just love the brand. Anyway, so our first hairstyle is patterned after a woman who began her career as a dancer, but is known for her outstanding writing. She was the first Black woman to conduct a cable car in San Francisco. She received a Presidential Medal of Freedom from Barack Obama and was the first African American woman to have her screenplay turned into a film with the production Georgia, Georgia. And a quote that she's known for is, "Nothing will work unless you do." Real powerful. And as you can see in the video, basically you can see me. I basically just twisted it around my head and then came back to the front and I just tuck it in. This is probably the only time, I had way too much fun with that. Only time where it kind of kept unraveling on me, but I just didn't tuck it in appropriately. So you can see me laughing and redoing it because it was just not trying to work with me while I was filming. But basically, as you can see, you just kind of fix it to your liking, move it around, and figure it all out.
So here's the finished product. Spin around real quick. Please ignore my tag. And hopefully you guessed right. Our hairstyle is patterned after Maya Angelou. Please ignore me. I was trying to be in an actor state, writing in a book, writing, all that great stuff.
And so we're back, and I was having way too much fun, but you gotta give yourself a little confidence every once in a while, because if you don't, who will? And so our next style is patterned after a woman who was an abolitionist and an author. I gotta calm down now. And was most famous for her speech called "Ain't I a Woman?" She recruited Black soldiers to fight for the Union, and a Mars rover was named after her. As you can see, I am putting my hair in a bun again, and I actually didn't have any white cloths or scarves as I wanted to, so I ended up using a small white t-shirt or leotard. I figured it would stretch appropriately around my head. I struggled slightly, but basically it gave the right look I was going for and the right pull, but it does have a slightly ratchet vibes, so please excuse that. But a quote from our mystery lady is, "Truth is powerful and it prevails." And so again, as you can see in the video, I actually ran out of the length of the sleeves, and so I used a small hair tie, like the little elastic ones, to tie it back, and then I basically just tucked it under. You will understand why I basically didn't do any of the kitchen or my edges, and then I wanted to make sure I left an appropriate amount out. It didn't give the same exact look I was going for, but it worked.
So here we are with the finished product, looking real rough, but remember, slavery. And our design is based off of Sojourner Truth. So hopefully you guessed right with the questions that I asked earlier, and I hope you're learning something throughout this. I had too much fun with this one.
So for our last hairstyle, our mystery woman received a full scholarship to Juilliard when she was young and pursuing her dreams. She received the National Medal of Arts. Time magazine called her voice rich, supple, and shining. And she was the first African American woman or African American general to become a prima donna at the Metropolitan Opera. And so, as you can see, back to the hairstyle, as you can see, the first time I tried to pull my hair back, it didn't work very well, but I was trying to make my bun as flat as possible so that I was able to use my wrap. It's basically a do-rag-ish vibe, but it's more of like a cotton fabric. It's not a regular satin one. And so In order to make it flatter, I loop it across the back of my head, and you pull it basically as tight as you can to the front so that it lays flat. So you can see me readjusting here. You'll understand basically how I wrapped it and how I got it so flat in a second. But back to our quick history lesson is a quote from our leading lady is that accomplishments have no color. And so you see me wrapping and tucking the ends here and just making sure it's secure and it's not trying to move. And so I'm actually using Lovely Bee's Edge Control. It has castor oil and a lot of other ingredients that I personally think are more beneficial to my edges, especially if I've had a few times where I'm just using gel and I feel like they've just gone through a lot. This I feel like has a really good hold, but it's actually helping me instead of hurting me. So 2 for 1. And so the picture I modeled this after, her edges are actually not out, but I just wanted to make sure that they were pulled back and not causing so much or bringing so much attention to me. So I just wanted to, get them nice and neat. And as you can see, the Lovely Bees is great. I'll also link that in the description below.
So here's a finished product. Hopefully you guessed right, and it's Leontine Price. Yes, all in her glory with the pearls and everything. And so here I actually added some lipstick, but I hope you guys really learned a lot today, and don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. I hope you appreciate, the whole crisscross and wrap look that I was able to give you with all these wonderful women who have done so much for our history.